For thousands of young athletes and their families, a college athletic scholarship is the ultimate goal. It offers a clear path to higher education and a way to avoid crippling student debt. Private prep schools actively market themselves as the surest route to securing those scholarships. They send out glossy brochures highlighting their rigorous training environments and, crucially, their impressive college placement statistics. Behind those brochures, however, these numbers rely on specific counting methods that most families never think to question. Families are looking at these reported outcomes and deciding to invest tens of thousands of dollars in annual prep school tuition based on the hope of a similar result. Without a breakdown of who actually received a check from a college, families are writing tuition checks based on a set of figures they don't fully understand. The first way programs organize data is a tactic we can call the blurring of the lines. This claim of a 100% commitment rate assumes every senior secured a Division I scholarship. But watch how it's constructed. Prep programs group every level together. A tiny sliver represents Division I scholarships, while the rest comprises Division II, III, NAIA, and junior college. Alongside these blurred lines, schools often rely on what we might call the language of evasion in their promotional materials. Brochures frequently boast about having dozens of college commitments, while omitting specific verifiable details. They leave out player names, the specific colleges they attend, and the exact funding actually received. Broad marketing language makes it difficult for parents to determine the actual percentage of student-athletes who paid for the program and then went on to earn a funded scholarship. The statistics are further complicated by the inclusion of phantom players, athletes the school counts despite playing a minimal role in their recruitment. This flowchart illustrates the final tally. One path shows athletes securing funded scholarships, but schools also count unfunded walk-ons. Next, programs include players who transferred out early. Finally, they include late commitments who secured a scholarship entirely on their own merit. By combining walk-ons, early transfers, and late commitments, the commitments figure becomes a list of names rather than a record of the school's actual success in securing student aid. You might wonder how prep schools are able to publish these statistics without facing any formal review. The reality is that there is no governing body tracking or auditing these specific prep school placement outcomes. Unlike standardized test scores or public school graduation rates, athletic placement numbers exist in a regulatory vacuum. These schools operate without independent verification, allowing them to define success however they choose. This cycle illustrates the underlying business model. Inflated statistics serve as a recruitment tool, bringing in the next class of paying families whose tuition funds the program's operations. Since the system does not police itself, prospective families have to change how they evaluate these programs. Parents and athletes have to become their own auditors. You must interrogate the data before signing an enrollment contract. Demand a list of real names, ask for the exact division breakdowns, and require the specific percentage of athletes who actually received funded scholarships. You have to see the evidence before you ever write a tuition check.